Hi, I hope you are doing good. So in this video, I'm going to teach you that how you can build website using Cargo site and how you can use Cargo 3 editor. And I have just completed recording a 1.5 hour long video. So you can watch the video. And before getting started, you can check out my website for more advanced tutorial related to custom code. And if you want me to build your website, then you can also hire me. I'm open for freelance work as well, so you can send me a message. And if you want to uh, uh, like support me, then you can also support me through buy me a coffee, as this channel is not monetized because I do not have that much of subscriber. So yeah, it would be great if you can support me through buy me a coffee. And yeah, I hope this video will be helpful to you. So you can start watching the video. Thank you so much. So here I have opened the cargo dot site. From here, you can click on start, and after that, uh, you can create your new account by your email address and providing the password. I'm going to log in into my existing account. So I have logged in, and here when you will create a new account, you will see a blank, like there will be no website. From here, all the websites which you have in your cargo account will be listed. Let me first talk about some of the settings. Like from here, you can check your account settings. Here you can give the name, it's optional. Like, let me give the name cargo tutorials, and from here you can give a backup email and password. Let me click on save. After that, from here you can see all your cargo subscription which you have purchased. In this account there is no cargo subscription, so it is showing up like this. And here you can see the charges of the cargo subscription. From here you can buy a new domain if you want to purchase a domain from here, and it is going to get listed here as well. Suppose I'm going for, let me search for any domain. So this one is available, so you can go here and then purchase the domain. Mm, After that, after creating your site, you can connect that domain. And then we have the appearance tab. From here you can choose the different, like dark mode or light mode. Here you will see all the folders which you have created currently. It does not have like it has a default folder name. You can rename it by clicking on rename option. And after that, let me just give a name to this folder, tutorials. So I have renamed this folder. Now let's import a template. As you can see that this is like there are several templates, so you can choose any of the templates as per your need and then start customizing it. For now I am going to add this template. It is going to be a blank template, and currently this folder, as you can see, it is mm, empty. So you can move this site to this folder, which is tutorial. And now we have this site inside this folder. So after that, uh, there are few options available. From here you can start editing, and then you can duplicate this site as well. And then you can move this to a particular folder. Then you can copy the link, and after that, if you will paste it in a new tab, you will see uh, you will see the uh, website which we have imported the template. uh, After that, there is one more option, which is users. From here you can invite other users uh, to edit your site. From here you can give either editor access, or you can give the whole authorization, like admin. Then user can make all the changes, and then you can only give the viewer option so that user can only view your website. uh, so yeah, from here then you can move it to the trash as well. And from here you can go to the trash, and if you want to restore, you can restore the website and also delete it permanently, like this. Now let's start editing the website. So as you can see that this is the Cargo 3 editor. uh, Now let's start from the basic settings. uh, from here you can uh, change the site name. Currently it is blank website dash copy. So as you can see that here is the website name reflecting. We can change this to something like Cargo 3 tutorial. And uh, then we can, after making any changes, you have to publish the website. And let me just open this in new tab. And now you can see that the website name has been changed. From here you can change the cargo URL. This is a random number provided by Cargo. You can change it for now something like this as well: Cargo 3 tutorial demo. So it is going to update the URL. And now if I refresh this, this is no longer available because we have uh, changed the site URL to Cargo 3 tutorial demo, as you can see. So yeah, you can change it to any of your mm, dummy URL, which will have the cargo.site. And later when you will finish building your site, then you can add the domain from here which you have purchased from Cargo, or you can also connect a domain which you have purchased from other services like GoDaddy and mm, other domain provider. I will link the video in the like you will see at the top somewhere. So how you can connect a third party domain as well. And before that you have to make this site public. So let me show you what does it mean. So as you can see, currently I am accessing, I can easily access the website. But if I will open this in new incognito mode, so it will you can see that this site is private because you haven't purchased the Cargo subscription yet. So just simply go here and purchase the Cargo subscription. And yeah, after purchasing it, uh, then anybody can view your site. And currently as you can see that this option is disabled. But after purchasing the subscription, and then you will have the option that if you want to keep the site private, or make it public so that anyone can access it. And there is one more option, that enable password protection. If you want to that only user who have the password can view your website, so you can simply add a password protection. Now I'm simply okay. Okay, yeah, because I'm logged in, so that's why it is the I'm able to access directly. But if somebody uh, who is not logged in your account and will now uh, try to access the website, they'll have to enter the password. But for that, your website should be public. So let me just disable this for now. After that, you can change the fav icon. So let me just update it. For now, I'm adding this fav icon. It is too big, I guess, for a fav icon, but yeah, you can see that now this icon at the top of the website is updated now. After that, you can also set up preview image for your website, like when you will share the link uh, in WhatsApp, you will see that by default some image will pop up above the URL. So you can also choose this from here. Let me just upload the same image, and after that just publish this. From here you can give the site description. uh, this is my site description. So this is good for the SEO as well. Like when people will search your website. Suppose this is my website, and mm, let me just open this. So as you can see, and that this is basically your site description. When anybody will Google your website, the text which they will see here, uh, you can update it from here, which is this site description. And you can add other meta text as well, like keywords, all these things from here as well. Then we have the contact form. I will talk about it later when we will talk about like adding a form, default form. After that, yeah, so we have talked about the basics setting. So after making any changes, make sure you publish the changes so that uh, it goes live. And then we have a preview draft. So after making, suppose if I make these changes and I have not published this, so it is not going to reflect here. As you can see that it is not reflected here, but you can simply preview draft if you want to see how it looks without publishing your website. Now I'm press the escape button so that it come back to the Cargo 3 editor, and from here you can simply go to the website as well. It will open the website. Let me just remove this and publish the change. After that, let's talk about the default. Uh, let's talk about first the site background. So currently, as you can see that the site background is black. From here, you can change the site background. Let me just make it more visible like this. So yeah, from here you can change the background color of the site, and here are few other settings I will talk about like as we proceed. And from here you can see the CSS and HTML of, like if you want to add external script, you can add it from here. And a similar way, uh, like you can see all the CSS. If you know like how to edit the CSS, you can edit it from here as well. Like if I go here and here is the body and we have the background color. From the CSS we can also change the background color of the website. So this is for someone who know a little bit of code, uh, then you can customize it from here. Now let's talk about the pages. So by default we have this main page, which by default is set as home page. As you can see, the small home icon, if you will click on this, you can set any page as home page from here, and you can create two pages, separate pages for the desktop and for the mobile version, like two different home page. If you want to rename any page, simply select it and then start renaming. So this one I'm creating for the PC version, and then I'm going to set this for the desktop. Uh, like if I will go to the mobile version, as you can, okay, because we do not have a separate page for the mobile. So let me first duplicate it and then rename it for the mobile. And I'm going to set it home page for the mobile now. Now you can see this is our home page mobile. So for the desktop version, we have we are going to have this for the uh, desktop version and a separate homepage for the mobile version. So yeah, you can do like this. Let me just refresh now. After that, yeah, from here you can duplicate the pages, and then let's talk about the text which we are going to add here. If you see that by this is the heading one, but by default if you add any of the text, this is the demo text. By default it is selected by body copy, and this is the default styling to any of the text which you add. So to change this, you need to go to this icon, which is basically the global text styles, and from here if you add any of the body copy style in your page, it is going to follow this text style setting. So from here I can change the font style, like fonts from here. These are some of the by default provided by Cargo. So let me just add this one, and then change the text color to black. From here you can change the font size. It is basically and the it follows the RAM font size, so you can check about RAM as well, like how RAM 2 pixel, so you will have a better, like if one RAM basically going to be 16 pixel, so currently we have 1.5 RAM, so it is going to be around 24 pixel. So yeah, this is the small detail. And then we have the line height. So line height is basically the, let me just add one more line. Now if I increase the line height, so it is going to be the line height between the different line of body copy style. Then we have the letter spacing, like you can add more spacing and change it as per your choice. Then we have the font weight. You can change the font weight as well from here. Then we have the mono. Like I also don't know like what is the use of this. I haven't used this. Let me just change it. Like if you know about this mono, like what it does, comment in the comment section so that I can also know about this thing. Let's price slant. What is this? Uh, I don't know about this thing as well. So if you know, please comment it down below. Then we have the other, like these are some of the text style. I do not have much idea because these are the options which are recently added by Cargo uh, mm, Cargo team. And yeah, like this is good that they are keep adding new features. Uh, and then we have type style setting, and like these are some of the icons, like different text styles, I guess. Then we have the link color. So link color, yeah, I will talk about this thing as well later. Uh, then we have the underline link. Let me just body copy. So by default, when we add a text, it has a underline, I guess. Let me just, why it is not showing up here? This is a demo. So it is basically like if you have a underline which by default have uh, uh, okay, I got it. Like why it is not showing up here, because we have not linked the text here. I will talk about it later as well. And then we have some of the border, it is not enabled because like it does not by default in the body copy we do not have any of this style. And from here, if you want to particularly mm, add the css for this body copy style, like you can change it from here as well. And if you want to add other things, like we have the letter spacing but we do not have word spacing option here, so you can simply add a css word spacing, and then you can like 10 pixel, and now we have the, sorry, 100 pixel spacing between the word. So if you want to particularly add something, you can just go here and add the css like this. Similar way, uh, like on hover, body copy a dot hover. So this is for the link, but if there is a text which is not linked, a means that it has a link, it is connected to any page, but we want this for a default body copy text. So on hover, I want the color of the text should be red. So as you can see that the text color is red. Now let me just tell you about the links as well, rather than telling you later. So I'm just creating a new page. This is going to be a demo page, and I'm adding a dummy text here. So as you can see that by default it has the body copy styling. Then let me go back to the home PC, and I'm going to link this text. From here you can link it to the different page. uh, you can see all the pages which we have created here. So I'm going to link to the demo. So on linking this, as you can see, we have a underline text. So it is coming from this underline, like you can hide it from here. And then if you want to have, then you can just have this and change the underline color as well, but I don't want this thing. And for the link color, I'm changing this to something like yellow. So let me just change it to some other color. So yeah, you can change the color from here, I guess. mm, like you have understood what I want to say. So from here you can change the link color, and if you want that on hover, so now the hover is not working because that hover was only for the body copy style, and now we have link it. So now it has the a a basically means the link. So now we want to target the body copy which have the link, and now on hover we want to change this color to blue. Sorry, blue is the by default color. We want to change it to green. So now as you can see, we have the color on link as well. So yeah, from yeah, that's how you can play with this thing. Let me just it is not looking good, so I'm changing this to the black by default. Let's talk about link. Like mm, from here you can link to the different pages, and if you want to like if you want to link it with a email address, so you can simply click here and add your email address, demo@gmail.com. uh, so if I preview the draft, and now if I will click on this, it is going to open a mail, and yeah, user can mail you. So that's how you can uh, link the text as well. After that, you can link the contact form here. So this is the mm, and this is the default contact form provided by Cargo. And yeah, now as you can see, this form is opened. From here to customize, like there are not much like not much customization provided by Cargo. So what you can do, you can simply like, let me show you what are the few customization. So yeah, this one is the contact form. From here you can add the email in which you want to receive the email when a user will fill up the form, and from here you can choose the contact form theme as well. Like I have chosen the light theme. Now it is in the light theme. So yeah, that is pretty much about the contact form. But if you want, like if you want to mm, add a custom form, then you can mm, then you can go to my website and search for custom form. Then we have the custom form, and mm, yeah, and then it is like I want to, like this is going to be a subscription based. So if you are interested, then you can, yeah, purchase it. And also like newsletter as well, and you can give show support to me as well, because like this YouTube channel is not monetized because I do not have that much of subscriber. So yeah, you can go and purchase the subscription from here as well. Here are different tutorial which are like complicated. I have told like I have created a blog related to this. So now let's move back to the website, our website. After that, yeah, so we have talked about the by default, like we were talking about the links. Let me show you other. So like these have the different use cases. Like if you want that it click on any of the page and it show a random page, then you can link it with this option. Then we have a scroll to top. So how you can use it, let me just show you. Mm, let me add Let me first remove this hover. It is not looking good. So this is for the body copy default. So I'm just going to make it black. So now, as you can see that we have this, mm, we have a long page, and now you want to have a scroll to top option. So what you can do, you can simply go here and then add a icon. You can add an icon from here like this. Let me just add an icon, and from here you can change the text like icon alignment. I'm moving this to the right side of the page, and then you can simply link it with the scroll to top option. And then if I click on preview draft, you can see we have the icon, and when you will click on this, it is going to scroll to the top of the page. After that, let me see, like this is the other use case. Like for now, this is pretty much for the link. Now let's go back to the text styling. So there are few other text styling provided by Cargo. Like by default it is copy, but we can have the, okay, uh, we have the styling like headings and heading 1, heading 2, caption. So if I select heading 1, then it is something like this. A similar way you can select the heading 1 and change its styling like this one, and this is going to be a global styling, text style. Like where, like in your website, if there is any heading 1, it is going to follow this global text styling. But if you want to change, like this is the heading 1, but you want to have like little bit of smaller font scale, so you can customize the particular styling from here. This is going to be a local text styling which you are selecting, and then you are customizing it. And you can change this particular one as uh, yellow. So this is going for this text only. Similar way, like this is the text, and if I select this and I want to have a different line height, you can uh, do like this. And if you want that it scaled to fit like in a container, it scaled to fit with, sorry for the pronunciation. uh, so you can see that it is now taking up the size of the container. Let me just control Z, and then if you want to change the other styling like making this bold, italic, uh, and then we have the A, like this one is also doing something. I do not have idea like what is it exactly doing. And then we have a little bit of other things as well, like you can move it, change change some of the things. Yeah, you can play with them, and then mm, if you want to reset it, then you can just simply click on reset, and all the uh, thing are going to reset. So these are some of the text style. If you want to add a new text style, you can click on new style, and then you can name like demo text style. Click on OK, And yeah, this is the new style, text style, and then you can change it as per your choice, and then you can select this one as your new text style. Similar way, you can duplicate this one or rename this one from here, and if you want to remove it, you can remove it from here as well. And then we have some of the other option like border. You can add a border like this, and you can change the border color if you want. Then we have a radius, then we have the padding as well. So yeah, you can customize it. And then, so display block, it means that it is going to take the full it is work as a block like full width. And then we have the display, what we call this inline, I guess. So by default it is inline. And then we have the drop shadow as well. Let me just add it. So yeah, you can just play with these things and customize it as per your need. uh, so this is pretty much for the text style. We have covered everything in the text style, I guess. mm, yeah. After that, let's talk about the, then we have, I guess, the page. Yeah, let's talk about the page settings. So this is also the global page setting. By default, we have the page width 100%. Then you can align the things. uh, Now if I and let me just create a new page. And if I align the things like to the text align to the right side, and if I start adding, you can see that now the text is styling from the, like adding from the right side. Similar way, let me just move it. If I like this is for the center. And if I make the page width 50, so you are not going to see this thing, like you are like now the page is 50% of the width. But if I change the page background, so okay, let me just, so by default it is going to show the 100%. But if I choose the content background, so it is basically the content uh, width. So now you can see that this is the 50% of the width, and you can see this thing working as well. And this is for basically for the page, and like how your page is going to be aligned, and this is going to be the text inside that page. And if I make it 70, you can see that now it is 70. And then we have the 100. mm. So yeah, like you can customize it as per your choice. So this is going to be, let me just make it a little bit lighter. um, Let me just drink some water. I do not have any, like I do not record these big videos, so little bit of drinking ASMR. uh, so yeah, let's continue. Sorry for the interruption. uh, Now if you see that there is some, like from here you can add the, like change the padding. And then we have the 100% height. It is going to take the 100% height, and then you can align the text in the page as well. And let me just remove this. So this is going to be a local page setting. As you can see, affect current only this page. So this is going to apply for this page only. And this is going to be the mm, global page setting. Like if you will add any of the page now, then it will follow this thing, like it will have this padding 3 and this height like this. So if I will add a new page, it is going to follow like the sorry, this page setting which I have here, which is global basically. uh, and then we have inset. So it is basically, inset is basically the inside padding. uh, Let me see if I can show you in a better way. So yeah, this is the, like, if you want that any page which you add should have black background or red, then it should be like this. And this this is for the page border. So yeah, now as you can see that, because we have the, let me just, yeah, so inside is basically the, you can see the inner padding. And if I add here, we can see that this padding is like increasing. uh, and from here you can change the radius and the color as well. From here I'm going to add a page shadow into content. Let me just uncheck this one. uh, and now if I add any page, so you can see, like, when I added a new page, it follows all the page settings which we have here, uh, which we have added here. And then to customize the particular page settings, you can customize it from here, like this is going to follow this particular page setting. uh, so for now I'm just going to remove this thing, whether it is not okay, not this one. uh, this one, basically the page settings, remove, and I'm going to make it 0. This one, uh, and I'm going to delete these pages as well. After that, there is one more option, like there is new set page, which basically means this is basically the folder, and you can move any page inside a particular folder as well. So that it is like it has some add-on, like you can use this for some of the creating some of the functionality. I will tell you. Okay, let me just tell you now, because I might forget it. So suppose this is the page, and you can set this page as the home page as well. Currently we have set page as a home page, but now I am mm, uh, choosing this as a folder as a home page. So what is going to happen when I select this as a home page? You can see a icon which is basically a stack icon, and you can see the stack pages, it is by default selected. If you select a folder as a home page, and now this is the home page and this is the untitled page. Let me just change the background color. Okay, let me make it 100% width, and if I refresh now, you can see that uh, in the home page it is displaying all the pages which are inside that particular folder. So what it is going to do, it is basically going to display all the pages in a stack which are present this uh, inside this folder. And if I duplicate this one, so as I duplicate it, it is going to add one more page at the bottom of this page. And if I drag this to the top, this page is now at the top. Then we have the demo page content, which is this one, and then we have the third page content. So it is something like this. First, it is going to display the mm, home page, first page, then it is going to display the second page, and then it is going to display the third page. So yeah, I guess now it is clear. Let me just publish the change and refresh now. So you can see all the page are stacked like this. Uh, Now let's talk about, let me just see. These are some of the other settings. For now, let's talk about the, let's create a menu now. So this is our menu, and now okay, let me see. It is okay because we have this here. Now as you can see, mm, so this is going to be our menu, and let me just create this as logo. This is our going to be logo, and then uh, from here you can add a column. So column is basically mm, having to create a different layout. So if I add a column, then you can see that we have a 12, I guess, yeah, 12 column here. uh, like you can add up to 12 column. Let me just add all this, and if you see now, we have 12 column. We can have up to 12 column, and now you can add things in a particular column. uh, Let me just add an image now. So suppose this is our logo. So this is going to be our logo, and after that, uh, here we are going to add different menu items. So we do not need that much of column. uh, I can remove these column now. It is just showcasing you. We can have like about, and then we can have contact. I'm going to remove this one as well, and from here you can arrange the column size. You will see a cursor like this, and then you can rearrange the uh, then you can rearrange the columns as well. After that, mm, so this is going to be our menu, but so this page is going, we want that this page should be visible to all the pages, like at the top of our website to all the pages. So it is not going to be like we have to create a different menu for each page. We have to create a single menu, and then we are going to pin this page. So as you can see, now we have pinned this page, and it is now visible at the top of the other page. Let me just change the page menu background to something like different color, so we can have a better idea. As you can see, and let me decrease the opacity and few other changes like yeah. Now if you see, uh, this menu is displaying above this page, which is homepage mobile, because this is the first page. uh, from here you can change the pin settings. Like there are few pin setting. uh, Currently it is overlay other content, means it is about the other content. So we can just adjust other content. We want that other content should come below this header. Simply click on this. Now you can see that it is displaying below the like other content is displaying below this menu. And we can also select a fixed. So what is going to happen, let me just publish the page. And if I refresh now, as you can see that this is our menu. Then we have the our other pages, and this menu is fixed now at the top of the page. Why I'm so bad at choosing the colors? It is not looking good. Let me just uh, this one is, I guess this one is fine, but now the text is not. Let me just keep it like this. Okay. So yeah, now the menu is fixed. Mm, what I can do, if you do not want to keep this fixed, just uncheck this. And now if I refresh it, you can see that now the menu is not uh, fixed at the top. It is scrolling with the content. There are some other things which we can do. Now we can link this uh, menu like this, like link this text with the pages which we have created. So we can link this with this third page, and we can select this one, that scroll to page in stack. So what is going to do, we know that this, let me just showcase you. If I refresh and if I click on about now, you can see now it is scrolling uh, to this page which we have linked, which is in a stack. uh, but if I go to the contact page, and if I link to a simple page which is not inside any stack, like this home page PC, and now it will not have the option to scroll to that page because it is not inside a stack. And let me just now click on the contact, it is contact page. uh, so I guess that is pretty much for the menu. Yeah, like there are other things which we can do, like on the mobile version. Let's check for the mobile version. You can see that it is not looking good. So what we can do, we can simply go here, because this is the column settings. If I do this stack column vertically, like it is also not looking good. And if I make any of the changes, like if I drag, like for the mobile version, if I make any changes, it is going to reflect for the desktop. And uh, it is now not looking good in the desktop. So what we are going to do, simply we are going to create a different menu for the mobile version. This page I'm only going to display for the PC. You can do it from here. And then now if I go on the mobile, there is no menu PC. Simply I'm going to duplicate this one and rename it to mobile, so that it is for the mobile version. Okay, I guess my internet is a little bit not working. Let me just drink the water meanwhile. Okay, is my internet stopped working? Okay. I guess there is a little bit issue. Okay, now it is working back. Sorry for the inconvenience. Uh, so yeah, where we were. Uh, okay, we were creating the different menu for the mobile version. So yeah, you can simply duplicate this one, and then you can display this only for the mobile version. Now if you go here, where yeah, you can uh, we want that it should be stack for the, like, let's keep this. Currently we have 5 columns. Instead of this we want 3, and now here you can see that there are 3 columns, or we can have 2 as well. In one side we will have the menu, and then in the, like, in the one side we are going to have the logo, and then I'm going to add, let me align it to the right side. And yeah, we have this menu on the mobile version. uh, Now we can also simply link mm, this logo to the home page. So this home is basically the uh, page which you are going to set as the home page. Suppose we have set this as a home page, so it is going to treat this page like, on clicking on this it is going to redirect to our home page. If we will change it to the other, like set other page as our home page, it is going to treat that as our home page. So now as you can see, yeah, this is our home page. So now let me go back. So yeah, I guess that's how you can create a menu. And uh, let me show you. mm, so yeah, this one is for the home. While what else, let's talk about the images and the gallery. Okay, let me, I'm just getting little bit confused. Let me just upload a bunch of images. And here is a video as well. So I'm adding the images. The images, you can only upload PNG and JPG. And so yeah, make sure you upload those images. And for the video, you can upload a video up to 250 MB. And if the video size is greater than 250 MB, you cannot upload the video. So what you can do, you can upload the video on YouTube or Vimeo, and then you can embed it. So now we have the different images. Now let's talk about adding the images. You can simply add the image here, and then you can add a gallery. Let me just add a layout. So you can have a different gallery layout. Like this one is the grid, and as you can see, so now you can see that it is going to show the image in a uh, full width and height, and like, it is not going to auto layout. From here you can change the columns to 5, or any other, like change the column as per your need. Then you can change the spacing between the between the images as well. And then you can also vertical align, horizontal align. Let me just make it 3. And from here you can change the layout as well. Like, then we have the uh, columnized layout. Here you can see that now it is auto adjusting the layout. Then we have the slideshow. uh, so yeah, as you can see that this is a slideshow, and here is the arrow. So it is showing up little bit big uh, images. From here you can customize the setting. Let me just, yeah, scale to height. From here it was full width, but I have changed the scale to height. And then you can change the height from here as well. And then we have this fit as well. mm, After that, mm, you can change the animation from here. Then we have the scrub animation, and then we have a fade animation as well. From here you can change the transition speed. Currently it is 0.8 millisecond. We can change to 1. And from here you can change the autoplay delay as well. Currently it is 3. You can change it to 2. If you want that uh, you want that it and the slideshow should pause on hover, then you can simply select this one. And I guess now it is preview draft. So now it is pause on hover. And yeah, on clicking on this you can see that mm, it is going to zoom the layout. And yeah, you can also change these icon as well, but it is using the code. So it is not default provided by Cargo. Like, you can directly change from the settings. uh, After that, if you want to disable the zoom and you want to enable showing random image option, then you can check these ones as well. Now if I preview the draft, now if I click on this, it is going to move to the next image. And yeah, that is pretty much for the gallery. You can also add the mm, let me, yeah, you can, now you can have the free form. It is basically like you can just now drag the images as per your choice. No need to, like, you can have a random image option as per your need. And at last we have a justify. Where is justify? Yeah, so justify is basically like it is going to make equal uh, row height. So like this like the images in this row are going to be, and the height are is going to be same. And you can change it, change the row height from here as well. And if you want to increase the spacing, and like this is the row alignment. Like if I remove this thing, okay, now as you can see it is in the middle, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, you can play with these settings. And if you want to add a caption, let me just see why it is not showing up. Let me just add a image. So if you see, on clicking on this, it is going to mm, uh, show you different option for the particular image which you have added. And from here you can add the caption to the image as well. This is caption, and this caption is basically the, if you want to change this caption text style, then you can simply go here and select the caption and change the text style for the caption. And if you want to disable the zoom, like you do not want that on clicking on that it should zoom the image, then you can disable it from here. And after that, yeah, that is pretty much for the gallery. So in terms of creating layout, you can add a column like this, which will have a, as you can see, the image. You can also change the mm, change the image by dragging it from here, and then you can also like auto adjust the layout like this and add a column. Let me just remove this, and add a column like this. After that, like you can move this gallery. So this is basically the default code editor, as you can see, and you can also see the css for this particular page. And I'm just going to like, so you can just basically add a gallery here as well, like slideshow, something like this, make it fit. mm, so this is pretty much simple. We have also added a uh, uploaded the video, if you remember, like this is the video which I uploaded. If you see here, mm, uh, it is around 84 MB, so that's why it is showing in the files which are greater than 25 MB, it is going to reflect in the files section, and it is basically the MP4 file. You can copy the URL, or you can drag the video inside the inside the page. After that, you can customize the uh, uh, video as well, like this. So you can change the scaling as per your uh, choice, and then it shows a default control. Like these are the default control. If you want to disable them, you can just simply remove these things from here. Then you can have the autoplay option, like it should play automatically. And by default, if you enable the autoplay option, like this is the browser policy, that it should be mute if the video is autoplay and the user have to manually click on the audio button to unmute it. And if you want that it should play on loop, then you can select the loop option, and you can add a caption to this video as well. uh, so I'm disabling the autoplay option, and the poster is basically the image which you are going to display by default. So this is the image which I want to display. Let me just enable the default controls so we can have the play option. And now if I preview draft, and you can see that the video is playing. Let me just pause this. So yeah, that's how you can add a video. So this is the video which we have uploaded in the Vimeo. If the video is somewhere in the Vimeo, let me just have a Vimeo video. if I can have a URL of any of the Vimeo video, let me show you how you can embed that thing as well. Okay, let me drink some water. Okay, pricing product, video player. Let me just go to the video library. Vimeo video example. Mm. Yeah, this is a Vimeo video. So this is the Vimeo video URL. What you can do, you can simply copy this thing, and after that, uh, you can come back to the site, and after that, I'm going to add this image. Sorry, add this video. Let me just go at the bottom. Okay, I'm in the preview mode. Sorry. Simply click on the add icon. Click on video embed. From here, you can paste a YouTube or Vimeo video URL and click on OK. So now, as you can see that Vimeo video is added. Now I can simply drag this video inside our website. So yeah, that's how you can add a Vimeo video. Similar way, you can add a YouTube video as well. So it is pretty simple. Now we have covered the gallery, column, thumbnail index. Now let's talk about the thumbnail index. Hmm, thumbnail index is basically the, let me just create a new page. So for now, I'm going to create this page as our home page and remove this from the, uh, I do not want this to be stacked in a mm, uh, w- one by one. So now this is a thumbnail index. From here, you can add a thumbnail index like this, and now it is going to display all the pages present in the website. Uh, what we are going to do, if you show the title, you will see that all the pages are displaying here, like home, mobile, 1, 2, 3. These are the pages which are here, which we have created. It is not going to display the pin pages and the page which we have set as a home page. Uh, but we want to filter the pages, and we only want to display the uh, pages which are inside untitled set, which is basically our this set. Let me rename this to, suppose this is our project set. So this is our project set, as you can see, and now it is we are filtering it by project set. If you want to change the thumbnail images, you can simply go to the settings, and from here you can display the thumbnail images like this. So this is going to be my thumbnail image. So thumbnail image basically is for displaying pages automatically in a feed. Like we are not adding them one by one; they are just going to display dynamically. Similar way, I'm going to display this as well, and the same way I'm going to we can have this video as well as a thumbnail index. Okay, yeah, you can see that now this video is showcasing as our thumbnail video, you can say. And so now if I will duplicate, suppose if I duplicate this page and I write it as 4. Now if I go to the thumbnail index, it is going to display this this page as well. You can see that. Mm, uh, Now it is going to display this. And if you want to hide a particular page, like if you do not want to display this page as a thumbnail, then you can uncheck it from here. Now it is not going to display in a thumbnail page. If you want to add a password protection in a particular page, you can set a password for a page from here as well. uh, so yeah, that is pretty much for the thumbnail index. I will link more video related to thumbnail index. Like if you want that on hovering on the here, it should show a thumbnail index hover effect. I will link those video uh, uh, above. You can see somewhere here, uh, so you can check them out later, because I have a detailed video on these topic as well, so you can have a better idea. Because this video is I guess already getting quite long. And after that, yeah, you can also change the thumbnail index layout as well from here. uh, like as the gallery, you can also have it in a slideshow format and other format as well. Let me just keep them justify. And yeah, so this is pretty much for the thumbnail index. You can check out my other videos on the thumbnail index. uh, Now let's talk about some of the other settings as well. Now if I create a new page here, then so this is our page. If you want to set a background image for the wallpaper, you can have different setting. Then you have different backdrop option like this one. So you can see that now this image is set as a background image. And you can choose other option like fit to window. Now it is uh, uh, fitting in the window as per the image size. And you can also have a slideshow as a background slideshow. Let me just add more images. Autoplay, let me enable autoplay. And now as you can see that the background slideshow is enabled. You can also select the randomized order, like every time in a slideshow a different image will appear like in a random format. And I have enabled the navigation. From here you can change the opacity, and this is for the background color, it is for the page background. And so yeah, let me just hide this for the remove the slideshow. And then we have the other options. Let's explore other option. We can have a gradient as well, like this is a gradient color, and then you can change it like this. And you can also split with page content. It is basically means in the one side you will have this effect, and here you can add the text as well. And you can switch the side and change the width as well. And let me just make it 50. And you can add rotation and choose other thing as well. Repeat. Now as you can see there is some animation as well. Mm. Actually, also haven't tried these as much, but you can just play with these things. And here you can see that you can also have a split content like this in the wallpaper as well. uh, Now let's see what other thing we have. We have the parallax effect as well, and yeah, there are some other options which you can. Oh, this is looking cool. And let's see some other option. Slit scan. Okay, so yeah, this one is slit scan. Then we have the ripple effect. So okay, yeah, this one I have used. It is quite awesome. After that, these are the some other option. Then we have the video option as well. So simply you can paste the uh, Vimeo video URL here, or paste the YouTube video URL here as well. And now you can see that the video is playing. Uh, you can also make it like full width like this. So this is pretty much, and you can also display some of the overlay like this. Uh, After that, let me see. Let me create a new page. So this is pretty much for the backdrop. You can just play with these settings because there are so many settings here. You can play with any of those. From here you can add the different icons as well. uh, if uh, if the icon is not present, you can use a fav icon as well. I have a video on that as well. I will link it above. And if you want to link a Instagram to the external URL, you can just simply link the Instagram here like this. And this is for basically, like, on clicking on this, it will open this on new tab if you will select this thing. And yeah, this one is for the icons. Then we have a this is for the if you want to add a line, and to customize the line, you can choose the, like, you can customize the styling from here basically. 3 pixel and margin as well. So yeah, and if I add a text here, you can select the text and add a mm, moving marquee effect basically. And then we have, you can change the settings from here as well. Then we have some vertical, and then we have a diagonal like this. Let me yeah, after that, if I add a text and you want to have this in a column, like in a bullet format, let me just remove this effect first. Remove. And after that, as you can see, uh, we have a different option like this. You can change the bullet to numbered as well. And then we have one more. I don't know what it is. After that, we can have, let me see what else we have. Yeah, we have some of the effect for the text as well. Like, if you want to add the rotation, and then you can animate it as well. uh, from here you can change the rotation setting. uh, then we have the borders for the text. You can add padding, radius, color. You can change the color from here. Then we have the drop shadow. Mm, let me just add some of the things quickly. Then we have the blink option, eye roll option, and then if you want to make this element draggable, then you can select it from here. Now I'm just going to remove all these things. Remove. Uh, so we have pretty much seen all these settings. These are also we have covered. What else do we have left? Okay, color filler is basically like if you want to add some of the effect in the color, um, like these are the different effect which you can have. I'm just going to remove this thing. How can I? Let me just disable this thing. And this is for the site border, and this is for the active link. Apply to home link. This is, I guess, for the, okay. So this is basically active link is basically, let me just show you. If you see that when I click on about, let me just refresh it. If you see when I'm in the contact page, let me see if it is linked to the, okay, it should be linked to the, let me link to the thumbnail page. So if I click on the contact page, uh, it shows that this one is highlighted and it is in the yellow color. So this is basically the active link. You can customize it from where it was, yeah, active link here. You can make it as green. Let me make it green, and you can apply this to the home link as well, like, but we do not want this. So as you can see that the link color has been changed as well. After that, we have few other things like image setting. You can enable the, like, you can choose the default setting for the images from here, but you can keep this as by default, like this. If you want to disable the zoom for all the images, then you can uncheck this one. And scroll transition is basically like it will have a little bit of effect. Let me just uh, let me where were let me just showcase you where we have that gallery. Yeah, if I open this page in a new tab, from this is how you can open this in a new tab. And if I scroll down, I know, yeah, if you can notice that there is a little bit of animation, like small scroll animation, like this one. So if you want to have this animation, then you can simply go here and mm, check this scroll transition. And yeah, these are some of the option for the images. I Yeah, this is going to apply for all the images and the video as well, as you can see. Then we have the drop shadow. I don't think we want this. And then we have quick view settings. Is it is basically, let me just showcase you. uh okay, currently we have disabled the quick view. So if I enable the click to zoom, and then we have a preview draft. So this is basically the quick view settings. You can customize it as per your need as well. From here you can customize it. Simply go here, go to the quick view settings, and after that where it is, yeah, you can preview this, so how it is looking like currently, and then you can change the alignment and other thing as well, like this. So caption, you can enable the caption if you want, and background blur, you can add the background blur. So now if I preview the draft, so you can see that the quick view has been changed. So yeah, that is pretty much for the quick view. I guess I have covered all the settings, and now you can create a mm, like you have all the knowledge. uh, s- uh, Apart from this, if you want to add commerce, you can enable it from here. mm, Let me just showcase you as well, like how you can add a product here as well. Simply go in the product section, add a new product from here, product 1. I'm going to keep this price 100. Okay, let's keep this 1000. Inventory 2, size 2, length, if you want to keep this. And after that, if you want to create variation, for now I'm going to save this thing. And now if you will click on this thing, it will show the product which you have created, and now you can see that this has been the product has been added. Let me just change this color to black and make this like this. So it is not going to add the image. What you can do, you can simply first you can add the image. Let me just remove it now, and first add a column, drag a image. From here you can see all the images which you have uploaded, and now I have added the image, so it means that this image is for this particular mm, product. And yeah, from here you can mm, see all the orders if somebody will place. From here settings, you can add the information about about yourself, like all these things: shop name, email, phone number. Then we have the payment provider. You can choose the Stripe and the PayPal. You just need to simply click like create a Stripe account and then you need to add all your bank details, all these things. And for the PayPal, actually, yeah, you will need a client ID and secret ID. So I guess like I will I'm thinking of creating a separate video on this thing, I guess, because yeah, it is already a big video. So I will create a different video for the e-commerce. If you want, do let me know in the comment section. And from here you can add a shipping. You can have the free shipping if you want, but I guess uh, you can define your own shipping. Like you can add a sales tax, and then you can add a country like United States. For the United States, these are the different, you can uncheck the state as well. And I'm going to add sales tax of 100. I guess it is too much. So I guess 10% is good. And for the Canada, for the Canada, now as the Trump is here, so like for the Canada, I'm going to put 100 because this is because like that's how the Trump is going to work. So yeah, after that, then you can also add a Shippo as a uh, shipping provider. And yeah, you need to create account in Shippo and then customize it. Then we have the text as well. Okay, so the shipping is different and the text is different. So yeah, you can define a sales text here. My bad, I just like it was the shipping, I added it in the shipping. So now let me just go back again, and Canada, and yeah, 50%. And then you can add some of the, like you can check these things if you want to have a term and condition check, and then you can select the page, term and condition page which you have created. Then if you want that customer can leave a note, uh, and if you want that it should be required, and other thing as well. Just I'm going to save this thing. So yeah, that was a quick go through the cargo e-commerce. And then yeah, I've published the changes. So if you like this video, you can also support me through buy me a coffee. I will link this in the description. So yeah, thank you once again for watching this video. And yeah, that's all.